Hey, welcome to your camp. This is the fourth day that I've been out here, and it's actually the last day, and luckily I successfully harvested a buck yesterday. So with the extra time that I had, I thought I'd make a video and give you my initial thoughts of my new Eskimo Outbreak 850XD. This is the first time out camping with it, so I thought I'd just give you my first impressions, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So let's get into it.
Living on wild and free.
So I did make some modifications to the tent. I had a friend sew this up. This is actually just a fiberglass blanket right here with some Velcro to help seal it up against the window. And so I can pop my wood stove out of here, and this is a really great addition to this tent. So some reasons for maybe some individuals that don't know about why I prefer a wood stove over, say, a propane burner. With a wood stove, you can get more heat. In the woods, like I am right now, fuel is a bountiful supply. I don't have to limit myself to, say, a propane heat where I have to bring in the heat and then it's a limited supply. I can't get my own. Where here I can get my own. Two, the heat that comes out of a wood stove is just radiant. It fills up the tent. There's tons of it, and I can camp in colder conditions because of it. And three, and I think one of the biggest benefits of a wood stove is that there is circulation happening, and the biggest part of that is there's not a buildup of moisture. Now, a lot of people don't know this, but with propane burners, all of that moisture is trapped. So say you're making hot drinks, you're making coffee, you're just breathing, just the heat alone melting the snow or ice if you're on the lake creates moisture, and it traps all that in the tent, and it binds it to your clothes. So you're nice and warm in the tent, you step outside and you're chilled. Well, it's because there's moisture in your clothing. So that's really crucial when it gets really cold. And fourth, just the aesthetics. I love the sound of a wood stove at night. It's nice and peaceful and calm, the crackling, the smell, all of the wonderful things that come with it. It's just, it's kind of romantic. All right, and welcome inside. So some reasons why I chose to get this Eskimo 850XD rather than, say, a traditional canvas tent. Well, the versatility of it. That it's a standalone structure that can be suitable, say, out in the middle of a lake or in the depths of the woods. I really enjoy that, I can bring this out ice fishing, or I can bring it to deer camp. And because of the way that it's designed, the popped out structure of it, that there's no center columns, there's nothing inside here, that all of the space that's in the side of the tent is usable. And I find that really useful. And so on that note, inside usable space, what do I really think is the comfortable amount of people that could be inside this tent at one time? It's advertised, I think, at like 10, 12, I don't know. Something like that, something ridiculous. I mean, yeah, you probably could fit like 10 people in here, but we'd all be, like this. I mean, that's not really comfortable. It's not really applicable to an actual camping trip, right? And so my first impression, just kind of from my own experiences, doing lots of camping with people and having things, and what's the actual comfort, like what's the maximum amount of people that would be comfortable in here? And I would say it's about three adults, big guys like myself, could comfortably camp and, say, fish in here. Maybe four would probably be like the uncomfortable, like everybody would be kind of feeling a little bit on edge, but if it needed to happen, then it could be kind of thing, about 4 people. By myself, it's plenty of room, tons of room, more than I actually need, but it's kind of just a luxury, right? I drove up to the spot. I unloaded. I set it up within, I don't know, maybe 10-15 minutes, and I'll break it down and it'll take me about the same. So a couple more things to add to the good list. Windows. I've traditionally just camped in canvas tents. They don't really usually have windows in them. It's just canvas that's sewn, and they're portable and all the great stuff that comes with canvas tents, but they usually don't have windows. This has windows and it's awesome. I loved it this morning, sleeping in, watching the sunrise, drinking coffee, all from the warmth of the tent, and that was really wonderful. The door is a great addition. I thought it was kind of gimmicky at first, like, oh, you know, I've used those traditional style, the triangle shaped doors, and with little to no problem at all. But you know, using this door, being able to just easily pass in and out of it, not worrying out of tripping and all that stuff, it's just really a great addition to the tent, and I quite enjoy it. Another thing to add to the good list is the build quality. I find that, you know, just right off the bat, that the material feels of quality, it feels robust. I don't feel like, even when I'm, you know, reefing on it to pull it out, or I'm, you know, ripping it around, you know, just get it over there kind of thing, like just being rough with it. I don't feel that, you know, the integrity of the structure is being compromised that whatsoever. I feel like this tent can last for years. I'm confident in that. And so moving into the bad, it was snowing the first day that I was out here, and with the warmth of the wood stove circulating in here, there was condensation coming down from the roof, and that was dripping through the windows, through the seams, and I would say that, you know, it is what it is. I mean, I just kind of pulled things away from the sides, let the water drip. I mean, there's no floor, so it doesn't really matter, but it was one of those things. I could see if I got caught in, say, a heavy snowfall where we had lots of precipitation for a long period of time and there's condensation dripping through, it could become a problem, especially if it was for a long period of time with the cold and stuff like that. We could start having ice build up, and it just wouldn't be very fun. And that's really it for my initial impressions for the bad, is just the ability for the tent to shed water and not into windows and stuff like that. That it would seems to be kind of a design flaw that maybe could be addressed in future models. So let's move into the ugly. And the ugly is kind of obvious. It's heavy. It's really heavy and bulky. The biggest limitation for this tent is the bulk and the weight. This tent is only for drive-in locations. I won't be portaging it, at least not very far, maybe a few hundred meters at the most, because it is bulky. It takes up a lot of space and it weighs a lot. Now, this is in comparison to, say, a traditional canvas tent. There's a lot of big canvas tents that are designed to be packable, that they can pack in very tight packages and be able to be portage, so on and so forth. So even though it's in comparison to say other like flip over style tents for ice fishing and stuff like that, this is bulky. I mean, it is nice that you can have this much space and it really packs down to, you know, this much. It's about as tall as I am. But for camping, which this isn't designed for, let's keep that in mind, it has that limitation. Well, that's that. That's the good, the bad, and the ugly. This tent has a lot to offer. It is robust, versatile, and I just love all of the space inside of it. It'll be a great addition to any drive to winter camping location, whether it be by truck or snowmobile. And it's a beautiful day out, and the woods are calling me, and I got one energetic, cooped up little puppy dog that keeps staring at me going, why are we sitting around camp? So I'm going to get to the woods, but thanks for joining me, and as always, keep living high, wild, and free.